Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. In international news headlines, the Russian deputy chairman of the Security Council is extremely on edge. Dmitry Medvedev, as that's who we're talking about, the former president of the Russian Federation and former prime minister, has just responded quite seriously to Lindsey Graham, the American senator you've often heard about, who is frequently in the spotlight. He is the author of the well-known massive sanctions to be imposed against Russia. These economic sanctions involve 500% tariffs against any states or entities that cooperate with Russia. I would like to remind you that these are the same lighter massive sanctions that were adopted by the European Union and have recently been imposed on Russia. The US Congress is currently working on and considering its bill, but it has already received the approval of President Donald Trump. Lindsey Graham, remember this name. This American senator is extremely dangerous when it comes to anti-Russian sentiment. He is someone who is already on Russia's blacklist of extremists and terrorists. He has already been tried, that is, been condemned by Russia. His fate has been sealed for a long time. It was him, Senator Lindsey Graham, who spoke out. He spoke to Russia in a way that forced Russia to sit down at the negotiating table. Because, yes, Donald Trump boasts of having the credit for imposing peace between Thailand and Cambodia. Because Donald Trump managed to impose peace between Iran and Israel. So he believes that for Ukraine, it should be the same. Yes. So he made statements. We will look at his statements in a moment. Yes. He said that Russia must sit down at the negotiating table, negotiate and find an agreement. Yes. The way he spoke, the tense he used, the very nature of his irreversible intentions, it hurts Russia very, very much. And so is Babache, Brevche, Dmitry Medvedev, the man with the shaved head. He's even more shaved than Putin. He's the one who comes out to respond. And he takes the opportunity to address Donald Trump. And so, young ladies and gentlemen, in this video conference, it is, of course, this news that we are going to discuss. But before we continue, I humbly ask you to share this video conference as much as possible. Give it lots of likes. And above all, don't forget, go to the Play Store or Apple Store. If you haven't downloaded the Morning Express app yet, go ahead and download the Morning Express app. Yes. Always leave a review in the comments. And if this is your first time coming across my video conference, click subscribe. This way, you won't miss any of my video conferences. So let's dive deeper. Yes, deeper. So this is a firm response from Dmitry Medvedev to Western demands. That's how Westerners describe it. Demands. And that's actually the word for it. Dmitry Medvedev made it clear that Russia would not allow itself to be dictated to regarding negotiations on the Ukrainian conflict by foreign figures. No one dictates terms to Russia. So he proceeded to reject external interference. He said the following. He explicitly stated, neither former President Donald Trump nor Senator Lindsey Graham possesses the authority to dictate to Moscow precisely how any negotiations concerning Ukraine should be conducted, nor do they have the right to prescribe such terms. Here is the short sentence he gave as a response, as the answer he had given to Donald Trump. So, he gave this response following statements made by one of the key figures, someone on Russia's list of terrorists and extremists, namely Senator Lindsey Graham. What did the gentleman say? Lindsey Graham had emphasized Trump's commitment to ending the conflict. He says that Trump is committed to ending the conflict and has demanded that Russia sit down at the negotiating table. Russia does not tolerate such rhetoric. Those are outdated kinds of rhetoric. Russia does not tolerate it. Even if what you say sounds good, you have to find the right words. You have to find the right approach. You don't address Russia like that. So Lindsey Graham's remarks, which aim to counter the idea that Donald Trump is not genuinely interested in a quick resolution to the conflict and demand that Russia take part in negotiations. Graham is trying to increase the pressure on Moscow by trying to show Moscow that Donald Trump is not joking when it comes to this matter of peace. He wants to quickly put an end to the conflict. So Lindsey Graham spoke. He got an answering machine, especially since he himself is on a blacklist. And so Russia's response means that the prospects for negotiations are in fact unclear. The outlook is bleak. It's not clear that peace can return so soon. Yes, because in his statement, in his remarks, what stands out is Russia's decision-making autonomy. So it's a statement that reaffirms Russia's sovereignty over its foreign policy and its reluctance to accept conditions imposed by external powers. Russia does not accept that external powers impose conditions on it. Russia is not about that. And by making such a statement, as we mentioned earlier, Dmitry Medvedev reaffirms that Russia is a sovereign state, a state that does not let others dictate its laws. So this becomes an obstacle to peace initiatives. Graham's remarks. Lindsey Graham spoke, hoping that his words would touch Russia's heart, so that Russia would understand that it needs to quickly enter negotiations because Trump is determined. But who is Trump? That's the problem. In Africa, we would say, well, we often say this, Russia dipped its hand in Trump's sauce and Russia got nothing out of it. Right? That's what we say in my language. They passed their hand like this. They got nothing out of it. That means they saw nothing in those people in a direct translation. In street language, they see nothing in them. So such a statement will make things complicated, the two statements, Lindsey Graham's statement and Dmitry Medvedev's response. This will make negotiations complicated. And the situation keeps going from bad to worse. And so, unless there's a last-minute turnaround, since we're talking about geopolitics, everything can change at any moment. Well, there you have it. We'll keep following the story and everything that comes from it. We'll come back to discuss it here on the platform for Awakening Consciousness. So thank you, everyone. I'll be back with you shortly, by the grace of the Almighty, with more news. And so, that was the voice of your one and only Samurai.